everybody, Lloyd here, and today we're unboxing Marvel United X-Men. This is the newest Marvel United Kickstarter. It's just now shipping. Now, this has been out on store shelves for a few months, so you could have gotten this and you might have already seen it, but this is the one that I just got with the whole Marvel United X-Men All-In pledge. I held off on buying it this time. And here we go. So we're going to go ahead and crack this open and see what we've got. So just looking at the box, the back of the box, is 14 and up. It is 1 to 4 players. Right out of the box is going to come with 6 heroes, 2 villains, and 2 anti-heroes. So let's go ahead and crack open the box and see what we've got inside. So, opening up, let's see. Right out of the gate, we have, an ad. So we've got the rulebook, and this goes over, all the different components. So like I said, we've got the 6 heroes, 2 and 2. We've got all of the villain dashboards. We've got 96 hero cards, 12 for each hero. We've got villain cards. We've got more threat tokens and stuff. A lot of this is from the if you got Marvel United, a lot of this is in there. They have added a couple new things particular to this game mode, but there we go. So it goes over setup, goes over winning and losing, how a villain turn works, how moving the villain, what happens on its BAM, and then it goes over the hero turn. You play cards. So essentially in this game, you are, you're playing, it's completely co-op. You're playing as a bunch of Marvel X-Men, and you are moving around this, these 6 locations, and the bad guy's also moving around, and you're trying to clear threat and remove henchmen and save civilians. And once you do enough things, you can unlock the ability to actually beat up the bad guy. And each of these games adds a new little wrinkle to it. So this being the base game, the wrinkle that was added to it is that you have 2 anti-heroes in Magneto and Mystique. So these guys can be played by the players as heroes, or they can be on the villain side. And I actually misquoted. I think I said 1 to 4 players, and it's actually 1 to 5 now. Because you can play as the villain. It does say 1 to 4, but you can play as the supervillain mode. So 1 player can play as the supervillain. And then this is kind of cool, Xavier solo mode. So you can play as Xavier, and then supervillain versus Xavier. So that's a different mode right out of the box. Add some longevity to the game. Got a little rule summary on the back. And just like the first game, we've got all these little punchies. The nice cardboard. You could have sprung to get the plastic tokens, but do we really need more plastic in the world? I don't. These cardboard work fine for me. So we've got another sheet of them. Got a nice little Senator Kelly token. Hunted token. So these are specific to the X-Men game mode here. So we've got those. Let's open this up. See what we got. So right out of the gate, we've got, let's rip this off. We've got a bunch of locations. So we've got Muir Island. It's the Mutant Research Center. We've got Genosha, the X-Jet, Asteroid M, the Weapon X facility, Sentinel Space Station, the Hangar Bay, and the Xavier Institute for Higher Learning. So these are locations you're going to shuffle up and put out on the board randomly. So you're going to get 6 of them. And once you clear the threat, they're going to have some end of term bonus that you get to do. So like it says here, another hero in this or adjacent location may draw 1 card. So that's pretty cool. And they're all going to do different stuff. So like here, because you're in the X-Jet, you can just, go to another location. You take the X-Jet. So yeah, we got the locations. Good stuff. Here we have the villain dashboards. Let's go ahead and carefully rip these off. Nice. So this is just the standard. It holds the villain dashboard. So you're going to lay the villain dashboard down over top, and then you're going to put the different cards here that cover up these different powers. And then once you meet the condition, you move that out of the way, and you get whatever's here, right? Or whatever happens. So in this turn, the villain acts after 2 hero cards. And then once you clear 2 of these, the villain can actually get punched. And then once you clear the 3rd one, that's the one where you get something good because each hero gets to draw a bonus card, which is helpful. So we've got 4 villains here. We've got Magneto. We've got Mystique. We've got the Juggernaut. And we've got Sabretooth. So if you look on the other side, it goes over their special rules. It goes over what their BAM effect is, what happens on an overflow, and he has a villainous plot. So that's cool. Nice artwork. The Juggernaut, same thing. He does not have a villainous plot. He's not very smart to put out a plot, so he's just going to be running around hitting stuff, it looks like. Then you've got Mystique. Again, she does have a villainous plot, a little bit smarter. And Magneto. So those are our 4 villain dashboards. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cards. So these look like they are the villain, the Magneto villain cards. So that's going to be his villain deck, right? When he's playing the bad guy. He comes with his threat cards. So these are what you have to do to clear. So you have these force fields, which stop you from doing stuff. Scarlet Witch. Each turn, this location must take a random card from their hand or remove it from the game. That's pretty mean. So these are, what's going to be out on the locations when you're fighting him as a villain. Let's go ahead and take a look at Mystique. So we've got Mystique's villain cards. All right, really cool, fun artwork. Let's go ahead and toss him back in there. So nothing extravagant here. She's got some special cards, but for the most part, she's just moving around, putting stuff out and banning. Let's take a look at her threat real quick. Oh, so she gets some backup. She gets Avalanche and Destiny and Pyro and Toad. So she gets backup from all these guys. That's pretty cool. It's funny because I think Pyro and Toad are both playable in the game. And here they are as henchmen. Then we've got the Juggernaut. Again, probably nothing crazy here. He's just moving around. He does move quite a bit. He's the Juggernaut, right? So he doesn't stop moving. Unstoppable force, right? It meets an immovable object. That's his catchphrase. So he's got all his threat cards. Pretty standard stuff. Then we've got Sabretooth. Hunter senses. It looks like he just goes to whoever's being hunted. So I imagine his BAM is probably going to move the hunter symbol around. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Different movement. And then we've got his threats. Pretty cool. And then we've got the supervillain deck. So this is a little bit different. So this is something they added in. So when you play as a supervillain, you get some of these cards, and you get them for doing stuff, I believe. And they have triggers on them, so you can do something whenever this happens. So it's like misdirection trigger. You may play a master plan card that should add any people to it. So you get one of these cards here. This would be your master plan card. So you could trigger it to add this, and then the effect says add those guys, splitting them as you wish in an adjacent location. So it allows you to play extra guys out, right? So the trigger is you play a master plan card that should add any of these guys, and then you can put them wherever you want. So that's pretty cool. Trigger, you play a master plan card. Effect, heroes can't use any action tokens until the next villain turn. So a lot of these are going to lock down the heroes, but they're specifically for playing in supervillain mode. So we'll just toss those back in there. But to combat that, the superheroes get some buff cards. So when you play against a supervillain, a player playing a supervillain, each hero gets one of these cards, which again has different triggers that are going to help combat these cards and the fact that it's not AI anymore and it's a smart person playing. So here, let's just take a look at crowd control. Trigger, overflow is triggered in your location. So when an overflow happens, you get to cancel the overflow effect in your collection. That's pretty good. So there's just got a bunch of those. Just like the original game, there's some challenges to make the game a little bit harder. So most people that really want that feeling to make the heroes feel like who they are will play on heroic mode, which pulls out the double cards and the single ones, the wilds. So it makes it much harder because your hero doesn't have those wilds anymore. This looks like it's something specific for maybe the solo mode with Xavier. You use Cerebro, and then you've got your different threat cards, which are just like from the base game. So nothing special there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hero cards. So in the hero deck, we've got Wolverine. Right, so let's just take a look at the card art real quick. Pretty cool stuff. And then this is going to be your starting card. So what they changed in this game is they give you the starting hand card. So you're always going to start with this card. So in Wolverine's case, healing factor. As long as this card is placed face up in the storyline, if you have less than 3 cards in your hand, you can draw one. So you can basically just keep getting cards back as long as you have less than 3, which is pretty cool. And it makes you feel like you're Wolverine because you got the healing factor. So we've got Storm. And in the unboxing video, we took a look at Mohawk Storm. So this is just classic Storm in her, white, silver, maybe chrome outfit. Never really decided on what it is. And here they've gone with white. It was always all over the place in the comics, whether it was a really shiny suit or white. But again, we just got cool art. That's really cool with the lightning. They did really nice with the lightning effects. Looks pretty cool. And then Storm. Where's her starting hand card? What? She don't have one. I think that's a mistake. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's see how many Wolverine had. I think he had 12 too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Huh. She does not have a starting hand card. I thought every character in here would have a starting hand card, but apparently she does not. So there you go. Mixing stuff up on the fly. So we've got Professor X. He also does not have a starting hand card. I'm surprised he has any punches, to be honest. I guess he's psychically punching people. But pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of hard to do something with a guy in a suit that doesn't really do much but fly around in a little cart. But yeah, pretty cool. He does not have a starting hand card either. Mystique, however, she's got 2 starting hand cards. That's kind of crazy. She still have 12 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, she still has 12 cards. So if we just flip through here real quick, take a look at her cards. That's pretty cool. Like half Sabretooth, half her. Spymaster, Metamorph. So your 2 starting cards are Metamorph, and it says, on the next villain turn, you may redirect any damage dealt to you to a henchman or any thug in your location. So that's pretty cool. And you get to start with those. So nice. And that's when you play her as a hero. So let's take a look at Magneto. He does not have a starting hand card, which is, again, odd. I thought they all did. But I am wrong. So he's got Magneto. That's pretty cool. Magnetokinesis. Genius intelligence. Prodigal intelligence. I guess this one's better. Maybe. I don't know. But there you go. That is Magneto. Let's take a look at Jean Grey. Jean Grey, no starting card. Very peculiar. I thought they all did. And this is that, famous Jim Lee style artwork that everyone really loves. Jim Lee chibi artwork. So, But it's all really cool looking. Nice. This does kind of look like Mega Man up here. That's what I think of when I see that. Let's take a look at Scott Summers Cyclops. He does not have a starting card either. But let's go. Let's look at him. Cool. He's got his little laser beam. Optic blast. There he's just pointing, doing what the leader does. He points and tells people to go do stuff. Now he's pointing at himself. So, you go do something. Me go do something. Anyway. So there you go. There's Cyclops. And last up, we've got the blue furball. We've got Beast. And again, he does not have a starter card. That's cool. His icon's upside down, though. That's pretty nifty. That's a nice little touch. There we go. They did not go with Catface Beast. They went with regular Beast, which I prefer. I really like Catface Beast. But there you go. There's all of the cards. So now let's go ahead and take a look at all of the different minis. Let's throw this back in the box real quick. Oh, and then you get this little cube, right? It looks metal, but it's not. It's just shiny plastic. But that is to move along the villain dashboard to mark what they're doing. Okay, so the first mini out of the core box is going to be the Juggernaut. Now, this is a big, beefy figure. He feels really big and chunky. I really dig how, massive he is. And he's got that cool pose. He's breaking the ground. Overall, this is a really cool looking figure with lots of fine details. And just overall, I really, really like the Juggernaut. Next up, we have the other villain in the box. And this is Sabretooth. So this is Wolverine's arch rival. And he's looking pretty cool. So there we have Sabretooth. We'll follow that up with his arch rival, Wolverine. So this is the core Wolverine. There are several Wolverines in this Marvel United. But this is the main one. And there was a lot of complaints about this base and the fluffy marshmallow fluff clouds he's hopping out of, but I think that's supposed to be an explosion. I don't know. I think it's okay. I really dig the figure. He's pretty cool. And if you don't like him, there's several other versions of Wolverine you can play as. So there you have it. There's Wolverine. And here we have Storm. Now this is classic Storm. She's in, her white or maybe super shiny black or silver outfit, depending on, what comic you read, how they drew her. And we've already taken a look at Mohawk Storm. But yeah, this is Storm. Really cool. She's riding, a little cloud there. So that's pretty cool. Lots of details. Fun stuff. All right. Let's take a look at the head jerk himself, Scott Summers, aka Cyclops. And he's doing his standard, pose where he's going to blast someone with his optic blast. This is a really cool figure, even if you don't like him. And it's that, 90s Jim Lee era outfit with, the hair flowing out of the top. Really cool. One of his, best looks. Next up, we've got Professor X. So Professor X is in his little floaty chair. If you watch the 90s cartoon, you'll recognize that chair, even if you didn't read the comics. So this is really cool. Actually, if you have seen the Multiverse of Madness trailers, or maybe if you're watching this after the movie came out, then you'll have seen the chair in that movie as well. But fun fact, Professor X, Xavier here, he is the influence for my son's middle name. So there you have it. We were kind of stuck on names, and I kind of said this almost jokingly, but my wife liked it and I liked it. So we stuck with Xavier for his middle name. But there you go. There's Professor X. Next up, we have Beast. So this is Furry Beast. One of the other sets does have a first class Beast before he got all the blue fur. He's a pretty good looking figure. He's definitely got some sculpt, where they put them together issues with that gap there. But you could fix it. I'm not going to bother with it. He's pretty cool. I kind of wish they had, put him in, an upside down pose similar to like how his card art is upside down like this, for his icon. But overall, pretty cool. And he's not the cat face Beast if you take a look. He is just regular, normal Beast. So there we go. Next up, we have Jean Grey. And again, this is the Jim Lee era art costuming for her, which is, again, one of the most requested versions of Jean Grey. So she looks pretty cool. She's doing some telepathy stuff, maybe some telekinesis there. But a pretty cool looking figure. I like her. Nice. Next up, we have our first look at a anti-hero. That's one of these, purple pieces here. And this is Mystique. So she can be played as a hero or a villain, which is pretty cool. It's a nice option they've put in there because, a lot of the bad guys and good guys bounce back and forth depending on the story and depending on what's going on. So it's cool. They allow you to play both ways. And she's in her classic, outfit with the skulls and the dress, the classic white dress and the white boots, and then, the skulls. So nice figure. I really like that one. And last up out of the box, we have probably the coolest looking figure in the box, which is Magneto. If you take a look at all these little fine details, those are actually like nuts and bolts and pieces of metal. They're not just like random, pieces of plastic sculpted in there. They're little, metallic objects, nuts and bolts to show that he's controlling them. So they're floating. And that's just a really cool attention to detail. And his base is actually amazing with these, girders that he's floating between. So overall, that is a really cool figure and probably the best figure in the box. So there you go. So that's gonna do it for the Marvel Legendary, or not Marvel Legendary, Marvel United X-Men unboxing. This is the base game, and let us know if you've got it, if you played it, which do you prefer, Marvel United X-Men or classic Marvel United? Stay tuned to the channel because we're going to be unboxing everything in the all-in except for the cardboard locations and the plastic tokens. But everything else, all the other expansions, they're all in here. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a comment or hit the like button. It really does help us out. If you have suggestions for future videos, let us know in the comments as well, and then subscribe to see what we come up with next.